Good evening. Please listen to the following announcement regarding safety and safety protocols.
Welcome to the Greece Central Performing Arts Center. Please take a moment to locate the closest fire exit near you. All exits are clearly marked and are located at the rear and sides of the auditorium. In the event of an emergency, an alarm may sound or instructions will be provided to you. Proceed quickly and carefully to the closest exit and leave the building. There is to be no standing in the aisles, doorways, or stairwells. All audience members in the auditorium must be seated. At this time, please silence your cell phones and be advised that the use of artificial noisemakers is strictly prohibited. Thank you.
Please stand for the processional of our graduates. Welcome to the graduation ceremony for Greece Athena's class of 2018. Before we honor our nation's flag, I would ask those of you that have served in the armed forces to please be recognized. Let's give a round of applause for all those who have served. Thank you. We are truly thankful for your work in protecting our freedom each day. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the national anthem. To lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please welcome 4 of our seniors who have enlisted in the military: Mariah Blodgett in the Air Force, Isaac Chapa, the Marines, Aaron Lynch in the ROTC Army, and Aralise Torres Sagai in the National Guard.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And now the 2018 graduates of the Athena Music Department will perform our national anthem under the direction of Miss Kathy Dyer and Mr. Brian King.
Who
Good evening. My name is Dave Richardson, principal here at Athena High School. On behalf of our entire staff, we congratulate the graduates, their families, and friends on this accomplishment. Before we begin, it is important to review a few reminders that will help us in conducting a meaningful and respectful ceremony. At this time, like you heard before, please turn your cell phones off or on vibrant, as well as or silent. The use of noise-making devices is prohibited. We'd also ask that you not shout out, please. It's disrespectful, and when it comes time to award the diplomas, it's important that we hear each and every one of our graduates. Thank you. At this time, it is my privilege to introduce several guests joining us up here on stage this evening. Mrs. Kathy Groutman, Superintendent of Schools. Dr. Mike Dowdy, Deputy Superintendent. Dr. Kathy Colicchio, Assistant Superintendent. Dr. Beth Bentley, Assistant Superintendent. Mr. Romeo Kalili, Assistant Superintendent. Ms. Nicole Blackwell, Commencement Speaker. Mr. Sean McCabe, President, Board of Education. Ms. Terry Malore, Board of Education. And Mr. Joe Grinnan, Board of Education. I would also like to take an opportunity to thank a few people who have worked tirelessly to make this night possible. Jennifer Ficarella, Susan Fix, Kathleen Harrison, Barb Newton, Fran Palermo, Emily Griffin, Senior Class Advisors Cheryl Hugh and Pam Vale, Senior Counselors Sarah Giacalone, David Carletta, and Nicole Berardo-Nitch, as well as the rest of the Athena staff. Please give them a round of applause for their support in making this night possible. At this time, please welcome our Superintendent of Schools, Kathy Groutman, who will make a few remarks.
Good evening. I have some formal remarks, but before I get to that, I just want to say how incredibly proud I am to be here tonight and to point out just a couple of things. There are a huge group of kids sitting on this stage that I had the privilege of welcoming to kindergarten. And so for me, there's nothing. I was in the gym before when they were getting ready, and I walked around, and I think there at least was 20 kids that I recognized as little ones when they were five-year-olds with those faces. And to be able to welcome them to kindergarten and then to be able to be here tonight to wish them well and congratulate them on this accomplishment, I couldn't be more proud as a superintendent, so thank you for that. I'm truly honored to share this special day with you and to welcome parents, extended family members, and friends to the Athena Commencement Ceremony. I also want to take a moment to thank our teachers, staff members, school leaders, and Board of Education members for their service to our schools and community. Each person in this auditorium should feel proud because you've contributed in some way to a student crossing the stage tonight. I thank you deeply for being here and for all that you've done for these young people to achieve this goal. My own daughter, Chloe, graduates also this weekend, so I can truly understand the excitement and pride that you're feeling right now. Each year on opening day for teachers, I choose a theme. At the beginning of this year, I chose hope. And I'd like to center my remarks today around this concept because you, the class of 2018, give me hope. So let me start with the definition. Hope is an optimistic attitude of mind that's based on an expectation of positive outcomes. As a school superintendent and longtime educator, I often hear people talk to me about kids today. And they talk sometimes in negative ways. I always will challenge this because, and I'm going to share with you some examples of why and why you amazing people give me hope. Number one, you're incredibly bright and smart. The work and content that we put in front of you today is challenging and far more difficult than what was expected of me back in the day. The amount of students who've taken AP courses, earned college credit, and have challenged themselves to take difficult courses is absolutely amazing. In addition, in our polarized world, you've demonstrated careful thought and consideration around world issues. Somehow, our schools have remained places to have civilized, intellectual discourse and learning around relevant issues, and have modeled better behavior and tolerance than what we see in the media. This gives me hope. Number 2, you are the most socially conscious generation that I know. You understand the need to reduce your carbon footprint and have already built environmentally friendly routines that are smarter than previous generations. You are socially conscious consumers considering where and how things are made because this matters. I believe you do understand the importance of the health of our planet and the impact that you can have. This gives me hope. Number 3, you are open-minded. Whether we're talking about race, religion, sexuality, gender, I see a group of students who are open to talking and learning in a way that's intended to unify, not to divide or label. You collectively recognize and better understand concepts like bias and power better than anyone I know, and I'm confident that you will make our world a more inclusive place. This gives me hope. And number 4, you are kind. At a time when we are inundated with examples of bullying and people being mean, I see incredible amounts of kindness, giving, and service. You've provided significant hours of service to our senior centers in town, collected and donated food to multiple food shelves, have raised money for autism, for cancer, for the Heart Association, and so many more organizations. Many of you even find time outside of Fortnite to participate in amazing things. Basketball and reading to younger students. I could go on and recognize that this only scratches the surface. I know that you are kind and understand the importance of service to your community. This gives me hope. You give me hope, the class of 2018, for all of those reasons and so many more. I want to end by taking a moment to wish you happiness and success. I have 3 pieces of advice that I always give, and I will always give at my commencement address. And one is to continue to open your heart, to give love generously, and always be kinder than you need to be. I know all of you will go on to do great things. From the bottom of my heart and on behalf of the Greece Central School District family, I extend my congratulations to each and every one of you for a job well done. Congratulations.
Thank you, Superintendent Groutman. Our first speaker tonight will be attending Damon College, majoring in nursing. Please welcome Katie Moore, my morning announcer.
Not gonna lie, I'm trying to imagine you all in your underwear right now. Good evening, families, friends, teachers, and administrators. Thank you all for being here on this very special night. My name is Katie Moore, and I've had the pleasure of being Greece Athena's middle and high school morning announcer for the past 6 years. In that time, I've been most commonly referred to as either the girl from the announcements or Katie from the announcements. I am truly proud to call myself a forever Trojan. I've learned many things throughout these years, but most importantly, I've learned to watch out for Richardson's countdowns, because no matter how fast you try to run to class, you will be late. On a more serious note, when I first received the letter informing me that I had been awarded salutatory honors, to be quite honest, I went straight to Google. I'm willing to bet that most of us have no clue what that even is. What the heck does it mean to be awarded something like this? And most of all, how important does that actually make me? These are all of the questions that I sat and asked myself for 10 minutes straight. It turns out I'm, and I quote, the smart kid who stayed up way too late studying, drank enough coffee to kill a camel, and missed so many parties that everyone thought they were a hermit, just to get second place. But I know better than to ever believe that me or anyone in this graduating class are second placers. I know that everything that we've done up until this moment were merely words filling up the first chapter in our long story. No matter our background, we all trudge down the very same path as one another, together. So tonight, I'd like for us all to think back to the good old days when one page of homework was just too much and almost gave us a panic attack. And when Carly, Bob, and Steve said this and that about you, so therefore, your life as you knew it was officially over. As I'm sure we all can attest to, it was pretty easy to sweat the small stuff. But in hindsight, as we go on to become future leaders of the world, we realize that life is way too short. To all the students who thought about giving up when the going got tough and didn't, you made it. To all the students who felt left out alone these past few years, you made it too. And to anyone who fell 99 times but went and picked themselves back up 100, you are a shining star. Let no SAT or AP score tell you otherwise. As cliche as this may be, we are the masters of our universe and the stars within our own galaxy. And as hard as letting go may be for many of you parents and guardians, or maybe not, know that we are ready to be set free. We're ready to face the combine head on and win. Let us learn, grow, and explore to the ends of the universe. And graduates, the road ahead will be no cakewalk, but as long as we believe in our own success, everything will be just fine. As lyricist J. Cole once said, there's beauty in the struggle and ugliness in the success. We shall experience all of that, but I know that God will never give us anything more than we can handle. Congratulations, class of 2018. We finally made it.
Great job, Katie. Our next student speaker will also be attending Damon College, majoring in physical therapy and attending on a soccer scholarship. Please welcome Caitlin Sidoti to the podium to share some thoughts.
Good evening. My name is Kate Sidoti, and it is a true honor for me to speak here tonight. Graduation. Even standing here, it's still so hard to believe. In high school, we get so caught up in our everyday lives. We feel as though our days are never ending. And before we know it, those never-ending days turn into never-ending weeks. And the never-ending weeks turn into months. And those months turn into years. And then, all of a sudden, June 22nd of 2018 rolls around. We woke up and realized that those never-ending days, weeks, months, and years, they ended. Those are what got us here today. Those sitting on this stage, graduating. One day, we sat in our chairs as sixth graders with our pencil pouches and color-coordinated supplies, constantly saying to ourselves that someday we would be seniors. We could not wait. Now, all we're asking for is to wait. To have just a little more time. To wish we could go back to the time when our biggest worry was figuring out how we were going to decorate our locker for the next school year. As we begin a new chapter in our lives, we will be living a new type of life. No more lockers, hall sweeps, or Richardson's necessary countdowns to the bell. You could ask any of us, and the one thing we may all have in common is our dislike, hate for Richardson's countdowns. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, for graduation, I'd like to break down the countdown from 5. First off, 5. 5 years of school left. We are in 8th grade. Our 8th grade trip to Washington, D.C. We are away from our parents for a couple of days, sharing a room with our friends, and our hotel door taped shut by 9 p.m. Next, on to 8th grade formal, getting dressed up and going to dance with all of our friends, making us so excited for prom and ball when we were older. 4 years left, the start of our freshman year. Nervous beyond words, wondering if Freshman Friday still exists. Looking around at all the big kids in the hall, terrified of the seniors. 3 3 years left, sophomores, having a little more confidence this school year, getting so annoyed by the freshmen, as if it wasn't us just a couple months before. 2 years left, junior year, receiving 847 emails a day from colleges, the military, and workforces. This is the first time having to seriously start thinking about our future, even though it's still so far away. And 1 year left, senior year, the beginning filled with excitement for what the year will hold. Spirit Week, pep rallies, athletic games, clubs, school musicals, and concerts, all to look forward to. Then, before we know it, decision day rolls around, public policy papers are due, and we're frantically working up, to finish our senior portfolios. And then, the bell. For us, time's up. As seniors, we are constantly asked the question, who am I? I recently attended a dinner where speaker Dr. Cephas D. Archie had an inspiring message I'd like to share with you all tonight. When asked who you are, it is a tough question. As seniors, we probably don't know the answer to. However, there are a few things that make you, you. The decisions we make and how we think are developed based out of our values and character. Some advice I'd like to give you all tonight is to be exceptional, be extraordinary in everything that you do. Now, an easy question you may ask is, how am I going to get there? Or how do I become exceptional? Which is a valid question that I can't fully answer, for it is up to each of you to discover that for yourselves. However, what I can tell you is to never settle. Each day, wake up and choose to do everything in your power to be great. You will face challenges. However, it's how you react to those challenges that will distinguish you from the rest. That's the difference between being good and being great. Choose to be great. As you take on new things in your life, whether it be college, the military, or work, always look to help others, impact others' lives, and help them become successful together. Together, have each other's back. Dr. Archie's moral is collaborative leadership, individual ownership. Work together to help others, but hold yourself accountable in your own life as well. Success is not measured by materialistic things, but by the impact you make in the lives of those around you. The contribution you have to helping others become successful is a far greater reward than any accomplishment you may make for yourself. As I close, I'd like to leave you all with this. The new job, money, and awards you may receive, it all gets old. However, the impact you have in someone else's life is what will last forever. I encourage you all to take this message and keep it with you for the years to come. I can't wait to see how each of us is going to change the world. And now, as we move on to the next chapters of our lives, always remember this: Greece Athena in our hearts, a Trojan forever. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2018. We did it!
Thank you, Caitlin. Damon College is lucky to have both of you in the fall. As this year's commencement speaker, our graduates have chosen a teacher with a passion for helping all students succeed. She is one of our phys ed teachers and is a teacher who has gained the respect and admiration of both students and staff. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Nicole Blackwell.
Joe, do you have that wireless mic so that I can walk around and go rogue? No? All right. Right now, most of the administration is looking at each other going, uh-oh, where's the nearest door? Ms. Fix is going, abort, abort, abort. And of course, Mr. Richardson is going, Blackwell, your speech is done in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully that's your last and final countdown. Thank you to the class of 2018. Welcome parents, family, and friends. What an amazing year it has been. I am happy and humbled to be here talking to all of you today. A few months ago, a student walked into my study hall and proclaimed, "Miss Blackwell, I want you to speak at graduation." I was honored and surprised and said thank you, but it is not me who decides who speaks. It is you, the student body. It left me wondering, was it my words of wisdom, my good sense of humor, or the tidbits of advice that I have given you throughout the years? I eventually saw her a few weeks later, and I asked her why she thought of me to speak at such an impressive event. Was it my quick wit, my imagination, my insight? She simply raised her hand, flicked her wrist, and said, "No, Miss Blackwell, it's because you tell really good stories." Well, thank you, Sarah Graham. I appreciate you too. The physical education department has a unique opportunity to teach almost every student in the building at some point in their 4 years. I am so proud to be part of this group. I have seen most of you grow from adolescents to the young adults you are today. As freshmen and sophomores, I would talk to you about how your teachers were planting seeds of information, and over time, with enough organic experiences and nurturing, these seeds will grow into a garden of knowledge. Eventually, this garden will yield you the tools for you to use in life. You can pick these ideas, formulas, and abstract thoughts, using them into your everyday experiences. Sarah, you wanted a story, so this is for you and the rest of the class of 2018. So this one time at band camp, actually, it was golf camp. My parents wanted me to be a well-rounded student, so they sent me to all these different types of camps: band, horse, tennis, and yes, golf. I never understood why they would do this, but I guess a kid that would never stop running, jumping, and banging on things would drive you to send them to camp every single day of the week, too. I wasn't a fan of golf. I didn't see the point of hitting this small object hundreds of yards away, then hunting to find it, and then, if you were lucky enough to find it, you've got to hit it again. Remember, I was the kid that was running, jumping, and flying over things, talking loud, hitting and chasing, and now you want me to walk with a purpose, be quiet, and be patient? I would see my dad sitting on the couch watching this game on TV. The broadcasters were even quiet. He would hush me as I sprinted past, racing to my next adventure. Why are they so quiet? Why aren't they cheering when that little ball goes in that little hole? The dude hitting the ball can't hear you. You're in some booth somewhere, far, far away. You can talk normal. Etiquette? What's that? Why do I even need it? I like to play sports where the ball came to you, or I was trying to beat you at something. If I rolled around in the dirt, I had a pretty good game. Oh, and you want me to carry a bag that was bigger than me and heavier than I am, with all these sticks in it? I only need one hockey stick. I'm all good. I didn't need 11 with these numbers on it. I really didn't care, nor did I want to learn about this game. I would come home every day, and my parents would ask me, "How'd it go?" And I would make some visceral response and grunt, running out the door to doing something more active. What I didn't know is that my golf instructor said I was pretty good at this game, and with just a little bit more effort, I could be really good. It all went in one ear and right out the other. It wasn't important until there was a mention of money. At the end of this camp, the golf course was hosting a tournament, and they wanted me to work it. I was 12, and there were not many opportunities for a paycheck for a 12-year-old. Now you're speaking my language, green. And I don't mean the ones I was putting from. My parents approached me with this lucrative opportunity, and of course I said yes. My job was pretty simple. I just needed to hang out in the fairway, look out for these fast-flying objects, and mark the ball. And if a golfer needed help, they would come to me. I was bored, but I was making bank. I soon realized I needed to tackle my boredom, so I decided to start making money while making money. I rolled up my pant legs, and I waded into the mucky waters, searching for lost golf balls. And I happened to find this useful tool in the woods. It was a golf ball retriever, so to speak. It was a butterfly net, but it was going to work for what I needed. So there I was, wading in the waters, searching for lost treasures, and when I found them, I cleaned them off and then tried to sell them to the people in the tournament. I was feeling pretty good about my newfound venture, and it was keeping me pretty busy. After a while, I was approached by this gentleman, and he asked me what I was doing. Slightly embarrassed and looking pretty goofy, I shed light on my situation. I explained that I was here after this golf tournament, and I wasn't really thrilled with the game. In fact, I found it utterly boring. I didn't have a passion for it, and I didn't understand its purpose. The man stated that he had been watching me for a while and wondered what I was up to. I thought, okay, that's a little creepy. He laughed and then told me a story about his experience. Even though I didn't ask for it, I listened, smiled politely, and then tried to sell him a golf ball. The day moved quite slowly as I watched groups pass yelling, "4," laughing and joking, but alas, I was done and I could go home and carry on my normal 12-year-old life. My dad picked me up and asked me how everything went. I said fine as I stared out the window, and it was quiet for a minute until I blurted out what that creepy 40-year-old guy was saying. My dad listened, nodded, and said, "You know, there's some truth into what that man said," but I didn't care, so I never gave it another thought, and on with life I went. Fast forward 14 years, and I just moved to Rochester and landed my first real job at Greece Athena. I was well into my third quarter and about to start a new unit called golf. I was prepping lesson plans, and I went to the local driving range to gain practical experience to transition to my lesson plans. I was sitting at my computer, doing research for games and whatnot, and I had my aha moment. I froze. I could no longer type, and my thoughts were all-consuming. This event launched me back to my 12-year-old self. I was playing the memory like a video in my head. I could remember the sounds, the smells, the conversations that I had with that old creepy dude, but he didn't seem so creepy now. I finally understood what he was trying to tell me that day. "You see, life is like golf," he said. "It's a game of opportunity, challenge, persistence. It has many obstacles, those that can be seen and those that are implied. It takes patience, creativity, loads of mulligans, and a lot of corrections. What may have worked the day before, an hour before, a minute before, may not be repeated. But the desire to persevere, to be determined, and have passion, that's your ultimate birdie." That man was trying to tell the 12-year-old me that every hole is an opportunity, every attempt to try again. It's a new beginning, just like every day you get up. It's new, it's fresh. It has no memory of the last because you can make it anything that you want it to be. You can take this information that you receive and reapply it to the situation, exercising patience and recalling those seeds of knowledge as you approach your new possibility. You see, your approach, it's how we look at things. It's our intentions on reaching goals, if you will, both in the positive and the negative. Every fairway gives you the vision on how we expect our drive to be. We may miss or we may fail or fall short of that expectation, but each day we have a new start. We can attack with creativity, adopt clear intentions, and face the challenges so that we can better assess the situation. When we address the ball in golf, we are looking for the best position to provide a solid base and offer us the best course of action. This is no different than life itself. We are all trying to orientate ourselves to have a solid starting point and a strong foothold in where we want our future to be. And when things go wrong, as they sometimes will, how do we get back on track? What equipment, sticks, in our bag, or what can we harvest from our knowledge garden to help us reach those goals? On the course, We have the rough, the sand traps, and the water hazards. In life, we have the same obstacles. The rough patches we go through, the life traps we might get stuck in, and the ocean's abyss that we sometimes feel we're aimlessly floating in. But remember those seeds that grew in your head? The ideas, the formulas, the experiences you've had? Utilize these tools to help you work around those hazards. But most importantly, do not forget that your very next hole, the very next day you get up, it's your new chance to start over and try again. That 40-year-old man was trying to tell me about passion and patience. Bring your passion every single day. Make it the reason that you get up in the morning. Spread it around to everyone you meet. Watch how you too can plant seeds, and with enough time, space, and patience, your experiences become more meaningful. Walk with a purpose in life, not merely just to exist, but put each foot in front of the other, finding milestones along the way. Glance back every once in a while and look and see how far you have come. Class of 2018, you are starting on your second hole of life. Walk with a purpose. Address your intentions. Approach with vision. Drive through the fairway and choose your next clubs wisely. Do not worry about the traps, the rough, or even the water. You will always have another opportunity tomorrow. 2018. It was my pleasure telling you one last story. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Blackwell. This evening, over 270 students will receive their New York State High School diplomas. The members of the class of 2018 have met rigorous graduation requirements in the areas of math, English, science, social studies, and many electives. Before we present the diplomas, we would like to recognize those people who have played such important roles in helping our graduates reach this moment. I would ask the parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, and guardians of our graduates to stand and be recognized. Please stand. Come on, you want a stretch break anyways. Students, your parents, these people are the ones that got you to this point. On behalf of the graduates, we thank you for your support of your child's education and growth. I would ask all teachers and support staff and any Greece Athena staff member to please stand so we can recognize you, because you also helped our students get to this point. So thank you, Athena staff. Lucky number 7. Who knew that at 6th grade orientation back in August 2011 that these students would be stuck with the same principal for 7 years? Today is a memorable day for both the class of 2018 and myself. This senior class has worked tremendously hard in and out of the classroom, in the community, and has been involved in numerous extracurricular activities. While this chapter of their lives is closing, I thought it would be nice to share with you some of the finer details of these graduates. Graduates are also interested in getting a stretch break, so please stand when you're called. Students who took at least one AP or dual credit course, stand up. Come on. Remain standing if you took 2 or more. Remain standing if you took 3 or more. 4 or more, 5 or more, and finally 6 or more. Well done. All right. All right, please stand if you were involved in our award-winning music program and/or our school musical, Hunchback of Notre Dame. Stand if you are gainfully employed at this time. I know there's a bunch of Abbott's people out there. You are definitely the future. Stand if you were involved in one of our many clubs and activities, clubs like Masterminds, Robotics, Mosaics, Yearbook, Newspaper, Gaming Club, any of our clubs. Stand if you served on one or more of our interscholastic and award-winning athletic teams. Stand if you are a member of NHS, National Honor Society. Stand if you are wearing the valedictory or gold sashes, the salutatory or white sashes, or the honor silver sashes, or those honor stoles. Stand if you received the newly endorsed seal of biliteracy as indicated by your gold cords. There's a few of you out there. Stand if you received an award at our award ceremony back on May 23rd, a little over a month ago. I know you're there. Stand if you got an 1100 or higher on the SATs. I was nowhere close to that. Remain standing if you got a 1200 or higher, 1300 or higher. Cameron Purdue with a 1450. Stand if you received a scholarship to attend a college, university, or trade school. There's a lot of you getting money and scholarships. Colleges definitely recognize your excellence. Stand if you'll be attending a four-year college. 105 of you attending a four-year school. 85 of you attending a two-year school, and 13 of you attending trade schools. You tired of getting up and down? You wanted that break, I know you did. You have reached a major milestone in your lives, but you also know that the journey continues. Life is full of challenges and opportunities. You will face tough decisions, forks in the road, roadblocks, and obstacles preventing you from being successful. You never know what opportunities may arise or who you might meet to support you in your journey. The key is to stay the course, be committed, embrace the supports you are provided, and be resilient. It's been a privilege and honor to have been your principal for 7 years, and I wish you all the best in the next chapter of your life. To the Board of Ed and Superintendent Groutman, I present to you the class of 2018 for Greece Athena High School. At this time, I would ask the graduates to please prepare for the awarding of the diplomas, and the first row to stand. I now present to you Mr. McCabe, representative of the Greece Central School District's Board of Education, the class of 2018 of Greece Athena High School of the Greece Central School District. This class has satisfactorily met all the requirements set forth by the State of New York, Department of Education, and the Greece Central School District's Board of Education, and I recommend to you that they be awarded their diplomas.
Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me as a member of the Board of Education of the Greece Central School District, I authorize the awarding of diplomas to this graduating class of 2018 of Greece Athena High School. Congratulations.
Mr. Richardson said lucky number 7, and I just want to say I too, I'm Sarah Jackalone, and I too have had the privilege of knowing so many of these students from middle school all the way through high school. So it is my honor to to announce their names as they walk across the stage. Adelina Dermody. Ann Lee. Damian Smith. Sydney Accorso. Mohammed Ahmed. Zaid Alhiari. David Allen. Kadeja Allison. Jenna Amico. Mary Andriano. Philip Ardillo. Natalie Areno. Nader Assad. Brandon Ashby. Mohammed Ashkar. Marcelo Asadillo. Mateo Asadillo. Ryan Ballard. Christian Banker. Olivia Beckford. Emily Benham. Anthony Bertali. Mariah Blodgett. Tiffany Bowe. Rachel Boyley. Joseph Borelli. Timothy Brimacombe. Gianna Brown. Matthew Budney. Emily Burgess. Alex Butler. Julia Camera. Justin Cardarelli. Shantasia Carter. Gerald Caswell. Isaac Chapa. Ashish Chaudhry. Tara Chitri. Mario Columbi. Mariana Kong. Keandre Constantine. Hannah Contestable. Bethany Corey. Elizabeth Costanzo. Ryan Crandall. Josiah Kraus. Claire Crudell. Ramon Cruz. Emma Curry. Emma Diatolo. Alyssa Daggs. Zaya Davidson. Janisha Davis. Celia Dennis. Elena Dentino. Jacob Demora. James Demora. Stephanie Donlin. Adriana Dorsey. Emma Doyle. Monet Dunbar. Hayden Ellison. Nicholas Everett. Olivia Fabian. Yaneli Farrell Velez. Ryan Fianaka. Lindsay Fink. David Fisher. Joshua Formicola. Alexis Forte. Ryan Forzano. John Fotheringham. Amanda Fox. Tajay Fryer. Cheyenne Galland. Angel Garcia. Ricardo Garcia. Elian Garcia Ramirez. Emily Geist. Frank Gazelle. Takira Gibson Cafe. Alexis Gonzalez. Carly Garrell. Sarah Graham. Giovanni Greer. Kendall Guyette. Seamus Hall. Madison Hamelink. McKenna Hamelink. Ashley Harmer. Giovanni Hart. Justin Harder. David Hawks. Nadine Heiss. Celestine Henry. Chelsea Henry. Alexander Hernandez. Jonah Huddle. Olivia Hill. Jacob Horn. David Hernick. Tim Wang. Stacy Hunt. Rebecca Hutchins. Ali Ibrahim. Tina Ibrahim. Ethan Illingworth. Julia Ivino. Eric Jansen. Sarah Jennings. Stephen Johnston. Cameron Jones. Christian Jones. Tyler Jones. Sophia Jordan. Ariana Judkins. Christina Kazariski. Gregory Kesey. Jalen Kelly. Austin King. Jontea Kirkland. Ryan Kubanka. Marissa Kermis. Michael Lambrecht. Jamie Lambrecht. Norman Larmand. Olivia Latuque. Adia Lullis. Leah Lincoln. Reagan Lindsay. Lauren Lockhart. Anthony Leacano. Tashoni Lutterock. Aaron Lynch. Jamison Lind. Zachary Mayer. Lauren Melbuff. Shaylin Mayo. Shelby Mancuso. Ryan Markowski. Victoria Marlin. Diana Martirana. Justin Massey. Brandon McCracken. Brian McDermott. Haley McKinley. Myasia McKenzie. Tyara McLemore. Edgardo Madero. Patrick Meisenthal. Julia Messmer. Huda Mohammed. Antonio Monti. Michael Monti. Katie Moore. Jaleesa Morales. Omar Morales Lopez. Taniqua Morrison Jones. Maya Morgettis. Samantha Mutash. Nahar. Vayu Dongwa. Alexa Nicotina. Trevor O'Neill. Nyana Acholi. Philomene Onakoko. Dejanise Ortega. Morgan Osborne. Kaylin Opaneth. Jonathan Padron. Gregory Palermo. Ryan Papke. Sergio Paradis. Lexington Pesamonte. Christian Patterson. Jonathan Pierce. Shane Peace. Amaya Pierre. Cameron Purdue. Talia Perez. Sasha Patabone. Cindy Fawn. Michaela Fawn. Matthew Pico. O'Dane Pitter. Noah Potter. Macy Prinzing. Thomas Putnam. Matthew Race. Arati Rosali. Jairus Rashad. Lindsay Rathbun. Patrick Rayburn. Nazar Rabalco. Jacob Richard. Kelsey Richardson. Cody Rideout. Janessa Rivera. Shane Rivers. Naisha Rodriguez Martinez. Kelsey Rowe. Amani Rosado. Michael Ruda. Mohammed Salih. Jayshawn Sanchez. Melina Sanchez. Jean-Marc Sankara. Danthea Santana. Jair Saxton. Nigel Scantleberry. Brandon Schlemmer. Christopher Schwarm. James Cortino. Brooke Squella. Malik Shabi. Caitlin Sidoti. Joshua Sigwin. Madison Salato. Isla Smilovic. Tyler Smith. Alexa Speed. Caitlin Stanek. Thomas Stathopoulos. Satin Rose Steele. William Stephen. Robert Stirrup. Jessica Satera. Lucas Switzer. Connor Sykes. Trevor Talone. Brianna Taylor. Austin T. Nathan Teal. Jonathan Tadone. Brian Testa. Christopher Toma. Joey Thomas. Gokai Toklar. Aralise Torres Aguirre. Juliana Tracy. Emily Tran. Andrew Trepanier Peck. Rebecca Tuig. Grace Van Putty. Norman Vargas Godin. Caleb Vasquez. Brianna Vega. Noah Webster. Joseph Wegman. Tristan Wend. Angelina Witchendall. Ashley Wilkins. Joelle Williams. Emma Wilmot. Jennifer Woolston. Maxwell Wright. Donald Yandow. Stephen Yates. Allison Yuna. Chad Yuna. Stephen Yuna. That's the class of 2018.
And now I'd like to invite Allison, Chad, and Stephen Una to lead their classmates in the traditional moving of tassels to symbolize successful attainment of their high school diploma. Allison, Chad, and Stephen, take it away.
Moving of the tassel represents the completion of our graduation ceremony. Please join us in the traditional moving of the tassel.
And now, we're almost done for our closing remarks. Ms. Jennifer Ficarella, Assistant Principal.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Jennifer Ficarella, and I'm one of the assistant principals here at Athena, and have had the pleasure in working with this fabulous class since 6th grade. Moreover, when they began as freshmen, I kind of tagged along as well and was equally as nervous as some of them. I remember being asked to say a few words at freshman orientation, and I shared with them that I had just recently read an excerpt from Oprah Winfrey's magazine that was referencing a new book she was writing titled, What I Know for Sure, and that I was super excited for this to hit the stands. They probably laughed because they're like, you can do Amazon. I shared with the students that Oprah mentioned that this book would highlight all of the lessons she has struggled with, cried over, ran from, circled back to, made peace with, laughed about, and at long last, come to know for sure. My hope, students, is that you'll begin to ask yourself the very same question that was asked of her. What do you know for sure? Well, graduates of 2018, what I know for sure is that what you'll find along the way will be fantastic, because what you'll find is yourself. Parents and loved ones, please join me in another round of applause for the accomplished class of 2018. And at this time, I would like to ask the students also, too, to recognize, and I know we've already had this conversation with them, that this journey was not traveled and accomplished on their own. So let's give your parents and loved ones a nice round of applause. I thank you very much for attending today's joyous event. But I just ask that you please stay seated until all of our glorious graduates exit the stage. Thank you. Have a good evening.
If you're wondering where our graduates are going, if they entered on my right or your left, they went out front. If they exited to my left or your right, they went to the main entrance. Congratulations, thanks for a wonderful night. Kathleen, you're set up here.